So I decided to go for a walk. And while I was on this walk, I was listening to a few videos, you know, people talking about racism. This guy, Moonves, who left CBS, or he was fired or something, I don't know. Serena Williams, all this shit. You know, the female cop who ran upon this guy in his house in Dallas. I've been watching videos about these topics. And I realized something. Well, it's something I've always known, but I don't think I've ever spoken on it. And it's that people are looking at black people as fools. And I'll tell you why. With the whole Serena Williams thing, she was crying, you know, saying that because she's a woman, they're mistreating her and, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of people have been doing videos talking about it's racism and racism this. And in Australia, I think they did a cartoon. They did a cartoon of Serena Williams, you know, throwing a tantrum and stuff. And while it might have racial undertones and stuff like that, I mean, how much longer will black people just keep crying racism? Like, I know racism exists. I'm not dumb. I know this. But almost every video that I look at, it's people pointing out racism here, this is racist, that is racist, racism, racism, oh, racism, 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 racism. You're only showing the world that you're powerless. Okay? You're showing the world that you're powerless. And you're showing me that you have no answers. You don't know whether you're going or coming. You don't know what to do. So you just yell racism all the time. Like, please, just tell me something that I don't know. In the words of Mason Betha. Tell me something that I don't know. I know racism exists. What are you going to do about it besides calling it out? Everybody is doing videos calling it out. We got to call it out. Now tell me where in history calling out racism changed anything for black people. Because our ancestors who were in slavery in America, the Caribbean, in South America, I'm pretty sure they knew that it was because of racism. They knew that racism existed. And knowing that racism existed and stuff like that didn't change anything. You know what they did? They did something about it, and it wasn't to call it out. You want to know what they did? Go ask the Haitians what they did in the Haitian Revolution. Go ask the Jamaicans what they did with Kojo and these guys, and Kwako and these guys, Bookman and these guys. Asking Nat Turner in America what he did, him and his crew. Calling out racism, this is racism, Les Moonves, racism, what's her name, the Wonder Woman girl, Linda Carter, racism, and racism, and what's her name, that lawyer lady in California, Lisa Bloom and her mother, racism. Okay, fine. We know this already. There's nothing wrong with calling out racism here and there, but I mean, almost every video, almost every fucking video, racism. Then what can we do? Let me tell you something. Calling out racism is not going to let white people decide, oh, well, we've been racist for years. Let's just stop and give up our power. It's not going to happen. That's why ever since the existence of this planet, there has been wars. Why? Because people do not relinquish power. You have to go take that motherfucker. And they're defending their positions of power. And whoever wants to challenge that power, they come with their army. That's how it works. Talking about racism all the time. It's this racism and that's racism and you're being racist and you're racist and you're racist and racist, racism. It's not going to change shit. Yeah, they might throw you some breadcrumbs to shut you the fuck up temporarily. But that's not going to change anything. All these videos about Serena was cheated and it's racism and it's this and that. I mean, okay. Serena said that this has been happening to her for how long and she's tired of it almost every time. She said that herself. But she went and married a guy who is the co-owner of a racist website called Reddit. May that make sense? And you people are out here crying racism for Serena. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. This, come on. Come on. And people just look at you like idiots. That's why Chinese people are slapping the shit out of you. And Korean people. Just punching black women in their faces in these weave stores. Now we got this cop who ran into this guy's house, this black guy's house. Shot this guy, and then she's trying to lie to us, trying to tell us that, well, she thought it was her apartment. I don't believe that shit, but guess what? They feel comfortable doing that because all you guys can do is say, racism, this is racism, that's racism, we're gonna march, we're gonna beg, we're gonna plead, please, please stop practicing racism against us, it's racism. People have been racist against me or towards me. I don't cry racism because I know exactly what it is. I try to figure out what I can do to maneuver through that or to avoid that or combat that. I don't go screaming, crying, yelling racism, trying to garner some sympathy. What the fuck is wrong with black people? I'm out, yo. See you guys some other time.